flying, limousine ride, chick stealing, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. Learn to love it, cause it's the best thing going. Mothers, hide your daughters. Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it, yeah. Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it, yeah. I remember eating ramen, cheese and chop, hot dog. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp and swell, trying to ball off. Like Biggie, yeah, shit and classy. I came up from the bottom, struggled for too long, lived on the poor man's column. I remember when the ladies didn't want me, but now I guess since I'm the man, they cannot live without me. You ought to see my Twitter and my IG, man, it banging like a motherfucker. Had my niggas stole, cause even right there with me in the gutter, shining on a hater, rockin' alligator, moving state to state, baby. I gotta stack that paper. Know you missing me, but I'm living my dream. I went from driving hand-me-down to riding super clean. They said I couldn't do it, but I did it. Now they know I am the flagship. Best it ever did. Beg a differ, come and prove it. I work too hard to live the way I'm living. I pull up in that Bentley with them stars up in the ceiling. You hear me? Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it, yeah. Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it, yeah. They told me when you make it, they gon' hate on ya. My mama told me never be afraid. Do you see the change in me? Cause I don't hit the stage for free. Tailor-made. I know the world is watching me. Yeah, on the face. Cause they can see a God inside of me. The big old black Ric Flair. The nigga with the cool hair. Impeccable. I feel so invincible, incredible. I show you what I'm hitting for. Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it, yeah. Big city, right life. That's what I'm dreaming of. Short days and long nights. I think we made it. You're looking at the flagship. I'm the one that makes things go round and round. Ladies, you ever been to Space Mountain? I can take you on a trip. You're looking at God. You're looking at God right now. Big city, bright lights, fancy cars, jet flying, limousine ride, chick stealing, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. Learn to love it, cause it's the best thing going. Mothers hide.
Shit. Is my mic on? Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Slick Talk with Osker D.
And Lexi B.
And this is my lovely co-host right here. It smells good all the time. This is, what, Lexi B? That's what you going by now?
It's B Alexis.
Yeah, I thought
Instagram
I thought it was B Alexis.
_B.
Yeah. You know, back in the day we called it
Osker D, Lexi B, that kind of.
Yeah. Sexy Lexi.
That works too.
Yeah, but we here. We in black, I see. We
Coordinating?
woke up thinking the same type of thing today.
No, you didn't wake up thinking what I was thinking.
I might have. That's my guest calling. Hold on one moment. Yeah, yes, sir. What's up? Behind Red Lobster.
I'm right behind Red Lobster.
Oh, okay.
Little car place.
Come in.
Come in. It's the car place.
This red Mercedes in the front of it.
It's the car place.
That's probably mine.
Yeah, that's it. Come in.
Get out of here.
We in here, baby. Hey, that's my guest, y'all. Come on in here, man.
Let me go.
All right. And we back. Yeah. Yeah, that's my guest calling. Y'all, that's blood there. That's my kinfolk. And he's coming in. Him coming in. Come on in, kinfolk. Don't have a seat right there.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yes, indeed.
In the building.
Hey,
Building.
he in here, y'all. The camera finna be on him in a minute, too. Y'all better get ready.
Hey, that's where it's
It's-
at.
it's-
That's where
it's-
it's at.
this-
We're gonna talk about this today.
Yeah, but we got blood here now. Now, look, this what we going to do. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. You bastards. Yeah.
You don't know how to take it when you spit. God amongst me. Look at my clothes, look at my watch, look at my shoe, I look so flawless. They know I'm the man, 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 they know I'm the man. Look at my car, look at my houses, big city lights, I'm set apart with this. They know I'm the man, they know I'm the man, they know I'm the man, they know I'm the man. Goddamn it, they know I'm the man. I'm so fly, my P.I. paparazzi. Pulled up in a phone with the haters, watch me skirt. Y'all know I'm the best that ever did this here. I'm a top to top, we bout to have a super year. Riding clean, pull up top with them blades on me. Alligator shoe, I just rock custom made, homie. I done paid my due, paid the price, it'll be the best. Ladies, you not number one, but you just my internet. They know that I'm the goddamn main, homie. I done put some goddamn stain on me. See, I'm the big old black Ric Flair. Bitch, they know me everywhere. Look at my clothes, look at my watch, look at my shoe, I look so flawless. They know I'm the man, 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 they know I'm the man. Look at my car, look at my houses, big city lights, I'm set apart with this. They know I'm the man, they know I'm the man, they know I'm the man, they know I'm the man. Goddamn it, they know I'm the man. I'm Osker D, I look good as hell. I might drop some meat in your wife, nigga. I'll undertake that cooler bear when I stroke along with my grave digger. I'm caked up, I could buy you, your baby mama and extended family. I'm the world champion representing.
It's fabulous hair. Alluring Illusions Hair provides quality 100% virgin hair extensions at affordable prices. From Brazilian to Peruvian, double-drawn Indian bundles. Alluring Illusions Hair is where it's at. And ladies, no style is complete unless our edges are on fleek. Alluring Edges Edge Control is great for all hair type. And installation is simple. Pick the hair you love, and veteran hairstylist B. Alexis can install it. Live your best life. Alluring Illusions Hair and Edge Control. For products and services, visit www.alluringillusionshair.com.
With the
Yeah, we back. And, you know, I'm all you niggas' mama favorite side nigga. Osker D. It's my co-host, B. Alexis B. Well, that's what we're
You
going to go
tore
with.
that all up. Alexis B, yeah, don't sound too bad.
Osker D, Alexis B. Yeah, we can do it like that. And I got a special guest here today. This is my blood relative here, Mr. Charles Johnson, CJ. What's up with you, kinfolk?
Oh, I'm all right, Osker D.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Look, it's good to have you here, cuz. How was your day?
The day was perfect.
See, y'all hear that? That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect.
Great day, man. Great hump day. That's how it is. How was the commute here?
Rough.
Yeah, damn
Rain.
traffic. Folks act like they don't know how to drive, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all something about kinfolk here was out. He been in this area. He was in this area before I came here, and you know when I came out here, I was welcome, and him and another one of his brothers, they showed me the ropes out here, showed me around, you know, showed me how to survive here, you know, all the ups and downs. I'll never forget that that conversation. He told me, he was like, "Hey."
One of them dudes that can't get the thing out because you so busy laughing.
Nah, because it's real. He was telling me, he was like, "You gotta watch these girls. They look grown. You better caught them." And he was right. Because I wasn't used to that. No, I came from an era where the girls weren't developed. Girls weren't really developed like that. Now they look 26.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what they feed them now.
It's in the water.
Some. I don't like it.
Chemicals.
Some. Yeah, chemicals.
In the food.
Yeah, food, drink, everything. Yeah, Lord have mercy. But man, you know what? Let's cut to the shit. We're gonna talk about something today that's major. We're gonna talk about this judicial system. I'm gonna let you take the flow, man.
Well, within the judicial system that we're faced with as being black African Americans, a lot of stuff that goes on in the judicial system that we are not knowledgeable of when we're taking court-appointed attorneys and different things like that, that they are not representing us to the high expectation that they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of stuff that is done is being crooked, undermining, and to incarcerate a lot of young black youth. And so my objective is today is to put a voice out there about lifting our younger brothers up, helping them to get jobs, even when we see them in the streets. Ain't got to be a family member, ain't got to be a cousin, ain't got to be your son. You know, sometimes a younger man just want to hear or know that someone cares for them more than they care for themselves. But the thing is, you can't want more for them than they don't want for themselves. Mm-hmm. But a little boost can help a man succeed in life. So that's what I'm here to talk about.
Yeah.
So I went through a couple of things a couple of years ago. Man, I'm talking about 2017 was the worst year of my life.
I second that.
Up here in this area, within all the years that I've been up here, that was the worst years of my life. But I learned to grow from that. I learned when you experience something that you have seen other people go through, you really don't know how they feel or what mental state of mind that they're in once they go through it. But since I've went through it myself, I understand how they feel. You have a lot of men that are incarcerated now that are innocent due to a poor systematic judicial system that would use anything necessary as far as towards black African American to incarcerate them, because it's a multi-billion-dollar making system that when we are in house in the institution or in jail, they make billions off of us. And so a lot of corporations and stuff, once I started doing a lot of legal reading and stuff like that, I came into the knowledge of a lot of constitutional bans that bans us from a whole lot of things that we don't have rights to, but which we should have rights to. I was talking to a younger guy the other day, and I took him to a place to get a job. He got the job, and he said, "Oh, why every time I look at an application, it have white, African American, Hispanic, Asian, and other?" Then he said, "Why don't never have if," he said, "I heard and read upon whites being Europeans." And I said, that's true, because they do not advertise themselves as being foreigners, in which they are to the American soil. The Native Indians is the true, real owners of this soil. You know, and Europeans just came in and just, did what they did and started making corporations and using certain things like the Bible, making laws to where it conflicts with your daily and lifestyle that you live. And nowadays, if you look at it, a lot of stuff that they're doing, they destroying black household. As far as me being a black man, I can't go in society and make the same type of money as my black woman. I have a wife that makes way more money than me. And so, therefore, who's the title holder? Is that black woman. So, therefore, when some black women making, maybe we'll say $100,000, $110,000, $115,000 a year, some of them take that and use it to where they feel like they don't need a black man no more. And somewhere, a lot of black guys need to be in the home with their children to raise their kids the right way and bring them up so they won't have certain type of disability. When I say disability, that means if you got younger girls, they deal with abandonment issues when they get 20, 21, 18. And then that's when that they out in the streets doing a lot of things that they don't normally do, because that father figure is not there to chastise them and to be that man in that household. But back to what I was saying as far as the black woman being the title holder in the house as far as making all the money, why we can't make it? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't get a job? You know, what stops us? It's not us.
You know something, man? I'm going to tell you, it's crazy you saying that, because I was thinking about it last week. After last week's show, I had an incident happen where I had somebody listening in to my show, and they weren't really pleased with what I was saying. And it ended up being a situation where I realized what this person was really trying to do to me. And I'm going to tell you, in this entertainment thing, I've been doing this for a long time. And, at first, when I look back home and I saw the lack of support that I was getting from my own people that I grew up around, it hurt me to my heart in the beginning. And I'm human. And, I learned over time, you can't be worried about that. But my mother told me the other day, you know how mothers are, they'll say something to you and they won't complete a sentence, but they know you know how to finish it. She said, Levant, I had to admit I'm biased towards you. I'm biased, I'm your mother. But you are very talented, very talented. She said, you intimidate people. And then she was like, I ain't gonna say nothing else. And it stuck with me, and I was like, hold on. So what is the solution to that? Because I'm not the only one that's like that. We're like that as a race. Mm-hmm. We've always intimidated other people. So how do you control that? How do you stop? How do you remedy someone or something that intimidates you? By controlling it. Absolutely. So that's what they figured out how to do with us. They want to control the black man, the black women.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So when you can control it, when you can domesticate it, then you can use its power for your own purpose. And they don't matter. They don't matter. And that's what that person was trying to get me to do. They wanted to bring me down to a level, and then they tell you, humble yourself. Humble yourself. Stay humble. No, that's a trigger word for I want to control you. Because I know what you got. It's something special about you. I want to use that to benefit myself. I don't care what happens to you. And that's what they doing to us.
Right. Let's take two legacies of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, they stood for two different purposes. Martin Luther King, he stood for nonviolence. Malcolm X, he stood for something else. He stood for that if you throw a stone and hit me, I'm going to throw a stone back and hit you. Martin Luther King was the way, if you throw that stone, I'm just going to keep my head down and I'm going to keep on marching. But the thing is, though, that if you look at, I'm not a racist. I have a lot of white friends. I love to death. And I'm not racist at all. So we're not going to say that this is a racist comment or we're taking this to a black and white thing, because it's not. It's about humanity of blacks getting treated the right way. And a lot of black men need to stand up and stand up against when they are being treated or being spoken to wrong. But the worst place to be in a white person's mind is in their imagination. And the worst place to be in a black man's mind is jealousy and envy of the next black man.
Yes.
That's the worst thing that a black man.
Yes.
And it's like people always
because why
want
are we
you to
trying to
see
control
good.
each other?
They always
We
want
should
you
be
to
working
do good
together.
until you're doing better than them.
Yes, and that's the problem. This was a black man talking to me,
Right.
trying to control me,
Right.
and don't even realize you're controlled, black man.
Right.
You've been controlled.
Power, as far as you stating, when a person, any individuals, feel that that person is a strong individual, and don't get me wrong, when I say strong individuals, that means in all areas. Mm-hmm. And most men that grows up, include myself, I had to grow from a boy to a man because my father wasn't around. So therefore, there have to be a strong woman there to make you stronger.
She was strong
than what you are, as far as being man, to grow up as a man. When people come at you like that, sometimes you have to say, "Hey, don't say nothing," because it'll kill them more than it's gonna kill you.
You're
by
absolutely
not
right.
silence, being silent hurts a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is a lot of young brothers need help in all different ways. I have never been in it. I've been in this area almost 22 years, and I've seen a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of people up here. I don't want to go to where I'm being biased towards the way that they raise their kids here and how they raise their kids down south.
I know what you're saying.
It's a difference.
It's a
total difference.
So polar opposite difference.
Right. And so back to what I was saying about fathers being out of the household, you have a lot of young girls that are 16, 17, 18, from the age of 16 to 25. They have a child already. And I'll say 80, in between 80 to 85% of those girls that have kids are not raising their kids with their father. And so the thing is, instead of the father being in jail, why not, as far as us being the elders, to try to organize something for this area that can take young men and show them how to be young men, how to be, not how to be young men, how to grow to be men. Because now if you look at it, in every household, and not just down south, here too, the first thing that black women get in their households for their girls is a doll. It's a baby doll. See, at a small age of 1, she's being taught and don't even
To
know
have a child.
No, not just to have a child, how to care for that child.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you pay attention to your child, the first thing they do, they want to change its clothes. They want to change the diaper on it. They want to feed the baby doll.
Mm-hmm.
And so some mothers are not aware of what they are instilling in their child as far as becoming a parent. But see, us as boys, we don't get that. Fathers, me as a father, I have 2 boys. And true enough, and I'm being honest, I haven't taught my boys how to be boys. You know what I'm saying? I haven't taught them how to be boys. They totally somewhere else. And me, I have older girls too. I haven't taught the only thing that I've given my older girls is I showed them how to be, by me not being there in their presence or being there in the household with their parents, is abandonment issues. And I deal with that with my older girls now, to where I'm building a better relationship than what I had with them, because I had to think to myself, well, dog, why my daughter always bringing up this, or is she always saying that? And then so I had to dig down into her for her to tell me, you wasn't there in the household with me, but you there in the household with that one. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And that caused abandonment issues. So you try to figure out, well, you dating this guy here this time, and then the next thing you know, oh, my daughter dating this guy now. Or she may say, oh, she got this guy now. It's because she's searching for exactly that void, that is that emptiness.
And she thinks she's going to get it from a man, but realistically, it should have came from her father.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. But our younger men's gonna have to step up to the plate and be men, because if you got kids with women, a lot of females use them babies as a crutch.
Pawns.
Hell yeah.
You're right.
Just to tear that man down. But a lot of guys don't know they have rights just like the mother have. Mm-hmm. Even though that the mother run up there and say that she go and file for sole custody of the child, you have a right to go up there and file too. You have a right to go file for joint custody, joint legal, joint physical, everything across the board. You know, you have a right to go file that, hey, I would like to share this time. This is not about her. This is about the child.
Let's be honest. A lot of men don't want that responsibility. They don't know how to deal with that responsibility.
You know, and
that's probably because society says that it's okay.
No, well, no, society doesn't say it's okay. And
they paint the picture that it's okay for men to not be equally as there as the woman.
Some of them do. So I mean, if you look at what other people do, and you take that and use it in your own household of what they're doing, and if it's not good to benefit you and your child or the father, why use it? Because what they're doing is tearing down your household. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you got to be true to you got to be true to yourself first. And a lot of men that goes through a lot of things. You know, they have seen a lot of us boys growing up from boys to men. We have seen a lot of things. Maybe seeing our parents, our mother on drugs. May have seen our father on drugs. Maybe even have to know that our father is not around or something like that. Men go through a mental stimulation to where they don't even know how to be a parent when their parents wasn't parents to them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because
so that's what it is. It's
right. It's breaking a cycle.
It's the young ladies that are having the babies, and they having babies and they were fatherless, having a baby with a fatherless boy, young man, that's a recipe for disaster. They don't know what to do.
Right, and then a lot of fathers, young fathers, from the age of 18 to 30 years old, life is going out in the streets, and so therefore it got to be. Even though they say we got this, we got that for you, if you're not making a situation to where younger men can get better jobs, to hold their own, to make enough money to where, oh, when I get paid this week, I know I got a daughter, but I have nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the old saying, you got to crawl before you walk. So if me and you work in the same job and have the same title, why I can't make the same pay scale that you?
Yeah, system is totally different. You know, back in the day, back in the old days.
I'm not that old.
But
Just
you,
so y'all know.
but you know about it.
I'm teasing.
Back in the day, a woman could stay home barefoot and pregnant while a man go out and work, and he made enough money to provide for an entire household.
That's right.
It's not like that anymore. And a lot of women don't understand that. They still think that, no, baby, you can't sit at home. Both of y'all got to work.
A lot of women nowadays don't want to sit at home.
But then you got some of them that do. They feel like they just need to be taken care of.
You're absolutely right about that.
And that's a problem. Like, baby, you got to get out and work too.
Time
Both of y'all
change.
got to work, and y'all gotta use teamwork and make this work. He can't do it all. Guess what? All these men aren't professional athletes or actors or rappers and stuff. Some of us just are regular guys that have a trade that try to do what they can do to make ends meet.
But what
That's
a lot
it.
of people got to do too is live within their means, because what you see is everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses.
And
or
that's what he was
everybody
saying. Don't
you
worry
know.
about what the neighbor's doing. You need to
Right.
worry about what work for your house.
Or, I got to keep up this certain image. I have this reputation to keep up with. So you living beyond your means. I mean, sometimes if you manage your money right and you live within your means, I mean, you can work off of one income. But it's like, what kind of lifestyle do you want?
Exactly.
Is the question. How hard are you willing to work to make the money that you need to make?
Well, in these days and time, if it's two people in there, two adults in their household, they got to work.
Right.
Especially when it comes to African American, Hispanic, we have to work. We have to get out there, and we're gonna have to get out there and get it. It's just not one now that's gonna be able to foot that whole household, because it's not. And a lot of stuff, I say that can be done more, within the system, can do as far as building more jobs. It's a lot of black men. It's a lot of black people that I know that have tried to get loans for this, grants for that, to start their own business, but somehow they can't never get it.
Let me touch on that, because working in the banking industry, what I find is that a lot of us are not educated financially, as far as finances. We have no idea what's out there. We have no idea what's available. And, sitting behind a desk and time after time just seeing us walk in the door, living paycheck to paycheck, always overdrafted. Like, it's sickening. It's completely sickening. And then you see others walk in and they got thousands in the bank. Why can't that be us? Because a lot of people don't want to take the time to educate themselves.
Lack of education makes a whole difference.
Absolutely.
And the thing about it is systematic.
And
like if you look, I was talking about the old days. Do you know why women were at home and the men were out? It really wasn't a choice. Women really didn't have rights. They couldn't work anyway.
True.
They had to stay home. So the men had to go out and be the breadwinners. If you go look at the model of how, now if we want to look at the neighbors, let's look at the Caucasians. They both work. I bet you ain't gonna catch no white woman sitting at home while the white husband out working.
Why not?
No, she got a business. She got a business too.
No, some of them did. Some of them do, and a majority of them doesn't. A majority of them sits at home, because by the time that they do what they got to do when they start having kids, you know, born white kids have a 50-yard advantage over any race.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have a 50-yard advantage. If you want to run it from the football field, they got a 50-yard advantage.
They started the 50.
But you know what, too? One thing I did notice is, if you're looking at white families, what they do is they prepare their children to become adults a little bit more than we do. We say, oh, you 18, we're going to send you off to college, we're going to throw you out. They tend to prepare more for their children.
I don't think they do as preparing for to be adults. I think they prepare them to get ahead. They it's not preparing them. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you are an adult. You can be an adult and not be an adult.
I mean, yeah.
You can be an adult.
But I mean, they have more preparation in their household than we typically
like
give our children.
They teach their kids a lot more. Like the average white kid.
Now let me ask you this. Let me stop you right there. Now you see when wasn't all the government workers wasn't getting a paycheck. Who did they have majority on the TV showing that they couldn't survive? But see, if you take a lion out of his habitat of what he been doing forever, he probably wouldn't know how to survive. But if you take him and put him in his habitat, he'll survive. But see, when you take that money, when Trump basically, I go with 50% of what he doing and 50% I disapprove of what he doing. And I'm just saying, I'm not with him. I don't think Trump is a good president. He's not. But I think some of the stuff that he's doing is right that he should do. But he took away something that means so much that he knew that will break the ice. He's not looking for the black people to break the ice, because we already know how it feels to be poor. We already know how to survive. We already know how to survive. He couldn't take it from the Spanish people because they know how to survive. They'll put 1,000 people in one house and live. You see what I'm saying? And stack that money.
You make a very good point.
I'm
here.
talking about that. It makes so much sense.
It makes
That's
so
why I
much
was sitting up
sense.
saying, I was like, you know what? He fooling with the wrong folk money, because them folk right there will put masks on and go to shooting us down in the street.
The government lost $60 billion by being closed. And he only won $7 billion for that wall. So therefore, if you don't want to give me $7 billion, I'm going to take some away from y'all. We're going to lose this. And then I'm going to take, so if you don't have the government workers to print them checks, you can't get paid. But the majority on there that was crying was white people.
Yeah.
Was Europeans. They was on that crying, oh, I can't do this here. Oh, I'm about to lose my house. It wasn't a thing about you losing your house, because for one, you're only out for a month. And so how you going to lose your house? And you got to be 3 months behind for them to even take you out. Oh, I'm about to lose my car.
You must have already been behind.
You must have already been behind. But the thing is, they wasn't behind, though. It's the thing is, when you take what they have been given all this time that is so precious and dear to them, is that money. And when you take that away from them, they don't know how to survive. You take money away from Europeans, it's a wrap. They'll kill everybody in the house, including themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They'll commit suicide because they don't know how to function without that. They don't know how to function. But we as black people, we know survival. We'll do something. We'll call the sister, brother. Hey, look, y'all got some neck bones over there? I need a pack of neck bones. You got some seasoned salt? Wrap me up some seasoned salt. I'll be over there to get it. You got some rice?
See what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's, you got these two different type of families that's raising their kids do different ways. And you're absolutely right about they born into it. So they don't know how to survive when things are taken away. We were forced into learning how to survive. We ain't had no choice.
That's right.
What we lacking is the things that they learn and know.
Right.
They learning the things that when everything going sweet, they can make it sweeter.
How to take advantage of it.
Exactly. They know how to take advantage. That's what we're not learning. And that's what I've been saying. Like, we need to look at their model of things. If we used what they do, we could really be powerful. The sad thing about it is we be so at each other's throats.
So we're busy worried about the next person. And
Yeah,
we can't get
when
our
we should
own
be
stuff
working
straight.
together, and that's the difference between us and them. They don't be at each other's throats like that, because at the end of the day, when it come down to it, they stick together.
Of course they do.
And we'll kill each other dead in the streets, and it's a
course they do.
shame, man.
Of course they do.
It's a shame.
And the most thing, and the most deadliest thing to a black man right now in these days of time is our black woman. Our black female are the most deadliest thing to us, to where they the one that tears down more than any other race, because the other race uses them of what they say against us. They'll use our black women, and what they're doing now is using our black women against us to pull us down, to bring us down. But they are not. They are blind right now. But as soon as they take that blindfold off, it's gonna be a different change. But as soon as the one generation with this bad generation, the abomination of generation, passes through, and then we got a generation that's gonna come along that's gonna change some things, and there's gonna be a whole lot of changes that this world gonna see. I might be old, I might not be here when it happens, but it will happen.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on something, because you mentioned something earlier about women being independent.
Of course.
And they're making more money. What's the issue with women making more money?
It's not the issue of significant other making more money. It's when they do, because like I was saying earlier too, a lot of our black women, you have all that money. If you make $100,000 a year, and who you got to share with? If you didn't kick that black man out, if he's making $30,000 or $40,000, you have a lot of women. It's what you can do for me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black women that get that $100,000, the first thing they're gonna say, "Oh, you can keep them pennies. I don't need them. I make $100,000."
You are absolutely right about that.
But as soon as
That
They
is
look
very
down.
true.
They look down on a
They look
man.
down
They
on-
don't let a
they
man be a
frown.
man. They look at him like he's less.
It ain't that. It ain't that.
I mean, I don't have a problem. Let's clear that up.
I know you.
But let me clear this up.
I'm different.
Let me clear this up
Okay.
about us black men, and I'm speaking for a lot of black men that are doing right. Even though we down and we're still, it don't make no difference. We get 60, 65, 70 years old, and we still working to advance. We's trying to upgrade from 3, 4, 5 to 6. We want to get to 10 too, but within certain limits. You know, a 50-year-old man that's making $25,000 or $30,000 a year, and he want to go to school to get his degree. So how is he going to pay that money back of going to school? He can't. At 60 years old, he want to retire. So when he retire, he got to get his retirement back to paying off student loans and all that stuff. Because those people, they ain't going nowhere.
That's true.
You know what I'm
But you
saying?
know what too? A lot of times you find these men, they jump into relationships or marriages and things like that without being financially stable and educated, getting all of their stuff out the way first.
Well, guess what?
What?
The kid can go with the cat, and the pup go with the dog. And so the baggage that you drag, you got to, whichever one person that you get that you with, or you decide to be with, you're going to have to accept that baggage. But the thing is, when you drive in a car, you have a wide windshield, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can see everything big as it is. But when you look through that rearview mirror, what do you see? Everything is small. And everything that you see, you're passing it. So if people keep looking in the behind of a person or the baggage that they're dragging, you're not looking at the big picture of what to be seen that's coming towards you for the future. So in order to get where you're going, you got to know where you're headed. So if you don't know where you're headed with the person, so you got to take a detour. So when people get in relationship, you got to know one of the two. Can I deal with the person? All right. Could I have his back? Do I think that he can change some ways about himself when he decides to?
When he decides to.
When he decides.
When he decides to.
That's right.
I agree with that
Because you can't make anyone be something that they're not, because they're gonna be who they are and what they stand for. But the
and
thing
ladies,
is,
when he tell you, believe him.
right?
Yeah.
But see, a lot of things as far as relationship wise, which I got married August 18, 2017. I met the best woman of my life. I love my wife. Thank you, God. But anyway,
No, that's right.
Right on.
yeah, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like I say, that baggage that comes along with that person. If you keep looking at that baggage, how that man gonna grow? And you supposed, just because he's the king in the house, that doesn't mean his queen doesn't supposed to be his support.
Absolutely.
And that's where it comes to where a lot of women stop supporting a man like they supposed
Man, I was
to.
just gonna say, like, the
And
key is to
that
build each
is
other
what-
up.
That's right.
That's your job, to build one
You're right.
another up.
You can't.
And that's where it's a lack, like what he was saying about the difference in income. She feels like because she make 100,000 and he make 40,000.
Now we make 140,000.
Yeah,
That's how it should be.
Yeah, how it should be. But instead, she like, I can't build him up. He can't do nothing for me. Huh. I'm just waiting on him to piss me off so I can get rid of his ass and just, I'm making good money.
But see, that's
I can
why,
do this without
That's
him.
why I was making the point of, getting you together before you get into these relationships, because, and it's, 9 times out of 10 when a marriage fails, the man typically loses everything for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what you see. They're kind of starting from scratch, and you just hear that so much. Everybody else is starting over. The men and the women are in much better situations, right?
Well, sometimes it be like that the man, when a relationship doesn't go to where two people have to separate, and majority of the time, a lot of the men do be successful and moves on to be successful. And
But that's usually because he has something prior to the relationship.
No, because patience is a virtue. Because a lot of women don't have patience. And,
That is very true.
Females act out of emotions, then they use their heart
Yeah.
to do what they thinking.
That is very true.
And so once they figure, well, okay, hey, when they see, if Tina were going with Ike, and Tina said Ike is some shit right now, they separate. 5 years later, you see Ike with a Bentley, got a Rolls Royce and all that. Tina gonna be wondering like, where this going? And the worst thing a woman does not like to see another woman getting what they think that they supposed to have. And that's not true, because it's not promised to you. Those things is not, God, I asked the guy, he was like 6'6", 6'7". Then I said, man, I so wish I could have grown to be 6'7", your height. He said, you know what? God made you the way that he wanted. He made you your height for a reason, just like he made me mine. But I ain't never played basketball, though. But he made me this height for a reason. And why? I got to figure that out. But see, the thing is, the true being of life is God himself, is spirit, is a spirit. So therefore, you got to look forward to trying to, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this here, to explore yourself to where you got to live the way that you already have that spirit in you for to live. A lot of people is people that they act out to it ain't even there.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Gotta find your purpose.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to find it and stick with it and be patient and go through the trials and tribulations on that journey.
These last 2 years single, I learned so much about myself. It's not even funny. So much about myself.
I laugh when people say that now.
It's
You
just.
said 2 years, right?
2 years.
I've been single.
Hopefully, it won't be 6.
I've been sick. I've been single for 6 years.
But you know what? Like I told you, you keep saying I'm not worth nothing, but
Yeah, you ain't shit.
I need this time. Like I'm not looking
ain't
for. I'm
shit.
not looking forward to anything right now because I'm learning me. I'm building me.
Yeah, you ain't shit.
And
Trying to catch up with you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Right.
I see.
Right. And another area that I would like to hit on is domestic violence. A lot, you know, I don't think that a woman should be beat on and different stuff like that. And I don't think that a man should be beat on or mental or physically abused in any kind of way. And within our black homes, it's a lot of that. And the first thing that we resort to is drinking. If you got a drug problem, the person resorts to their drug problem to stimulate their mind to get away from it. But and that's a lot of things that a lot of our children go through is the mental state of growing up, of parents being violent inside the household, you know, and that's another cycle that need to be broken and need to be thrown out the window, because nowadays, at one point in time, you wouldn't even catch a black man killing a black woman, but nowadays, so many black guys doing it now to where it's pathetic, and we losing our black women, and we losing our black men, and they are going to the grave, and our black men are going to the institution of domestic violence. And so, you know, 100% that is something that in our race that shouldn't even be going on, that have to stop. And we're going to have to stand up to this judicial system to the fullest, because you have a lot of people that are incarcerated about lies. And like I was saying, back to what I was saying earlier, about our black women are used against us to tear us down, because a lot of women will lie on a man, and the system is going to believe that woman just to incarcerate that man, because they make more off us men.
We're a threat, man.
Yeah.
We're a threat. Because we so goddamn dope at shit, man. I mean, man, I'm talking about excellence, man. Let's not even excellence.
Right.
We are the best
ourselves
at everything. Anything athletic. And then anything where you have to use your mind, we top them.
Right.
We always number one.
Right.
And they take stuff away from it. Just like they had an article up the other day talking about, oh, now you want to talk about Beethoven is black.
Beethoven.
Some of us knew Beethoven was black already.
Already. R. Kelly, the most recognized person in the media right now, everywhere, on the air, TV, everywhere. But the thing is, they knows R. Kelly have a problem. True enough, you can see it. I done looked at some of his stuff, listened to him speak. He has a problem.
Yeah.
You know, all right, to where a man said that he wanted to marry his mother, and he just turned the cup to a lipstick and drank out the part where the lipstick at, because he wanted to taste his mother's lip. He has a problem. But the thing is, instead of tearing this man down, why not try to fix the problem that he has?
That's exactly. I've been saying the same thing. At this point, what's the point in tearing him down? You already knew he had this problem.
Right.
You should have been got this man some type of help.
Right.
They should have been got to get, instead of doing this dumbass, fake ass documentary, because all them folks on there, they phony as hell, and I can't believe nothing that they saying.
Because for one,
you tell me something, Charles. You a father.
You damn right.
Did you see it?
Yeah, you not.
Did you see the part where the man was throwing rock?
Man, you not.
Your foot would have been through that front door if your daughter was up in there.
Let me tell you something.
That place would have
I don't
been
give a
burned
fuck
down.
about no
I got a
police.
3 years old. I got a 2-year-old getting ready to be 3, and I have grown daughters too. You're not gonna play with me about my kids.
Hell no! I see
like
my
that.
daughter
Hell
up in
no.
that
You're not
window,
gonna play
and
with
you
me about
chunking
my kids.
pebbles.
Pebbles at
Or
the
how
window.
about at
Shit.
the hotel when they were
But
looking?
He'd have got his ass whooped.
But see, the whole thing is, if you look at the whole play out, you have all these people, and they saying themselves that this man have a problem. You haven't heard in the media yet about him having a problem. The only thing that you're hearing is, oh, R. Kelly fucked a 12-year-old. R. Kelly was fucking a 13-year-old. Let's deal with the problem. Let's deal with the boy that went into church and and killed the people. The first thing they go on the news and say, oh, they dealing with a
mental illness.
Mental illness.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm
But
saying?
when it's a black
Black
man,
person,
no,
you know,
he's just a dog.
He's just angry. Or
And
he
And
wasn't
I'm,
raised
I'm,
right.
and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And I ain't got no regret for it. I was watching that thing and I was pissed off when I saw bitch ass John Legend. I said, he's a bitch ass nigga.
Right.
You been knowing this nigga all your life,
Right.
but you gonna get your bitch ass on here and do that.
Right.
Come on, man.
Same person that done wrote his songs and all that stuff. But see, and then they trying to take his music and say that his music is a part of what he was doing with the younger girls and stuff like that.
Ain't none of us thinking like that when we listen to his music.
well,
I don't know about all that.
They're gonna blow that up to be that. You
Well,
know what
who
I'm
was he
saying?
singing about then?
I don't know, but I'm thinking
was
about a
saying-
grown ass woman when I
But
listen
You,
to
we
it.
talking
But
about.
guess what?
But that's who it's for.
But actually, if you actually think that he was talking about what he was doing with them girls, but actually, if 12 play is 12 boy, well, I'm gonna do 12 play with my wife, because that's the same thing that he was saying with the 12 from 1 to 12. We all do it. There's no individual, there's no person that's living that's sexually active that is not doing 12 play in the bedroom with their significant other.
I'm trying to
And
tell
that's
you.
all that he did. That's all that he was saying. 12 ways. And we have 12 ways. And sometimes it can be what they got, 68, 69. It's a lot of ways. That's all it is.
Yeah, I ain't thinking about no
69
damn
ways.
little children.
Right.
I'm a grown ass man. Shit.
But, like I say,
I ain't got nothing to say.
it takes our black women to tear us down. And it takes our black men to use that. I'm saying, well, okay, I'm the parent. R. Kelly got all this money. Now we gonna sue him. We gonna just watch and see. Now gonna come a lawsuit. But this the thing: if the man got all the tape that he got, and these are people getting on TV and admitting that they were so and so age, 17, 18, and they was having sex with a 12-year-old, you just told the national TV, oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, you did. You knew.
Oh yeah, you knew.
You know. You know.
I'd have whooped his
You
ass.
just
It is-
admitted to statutory rape yourself. Even though you're a female. You
They
just
was
admitted
giving
to
their daughters
statutory
away, if
rape.
anything.
Yeah.
And then they got the ex-wife. They got her on video. She in the car bumping his music with her other boyfriend, talking
heard
about,
about
that's
that.
my baby daddy, and I can listen to his music if I want to. But you was on here doing all this crying and talking about damn him and damn him.
It's
You
all
acting.
about the money, baby.
Then you got Sparkle on there trying to promote her goddamn single.
It's all about the money.
That's all it is.
It's all about that money. That man got that. You want me to tell you something? You had the king and the queen, and the king was Bill Cosby, and they done pulled him off his throne. And the queen is Oprah Winfrey. If Oprah Winfrey run for president, they gonna come out the woodwork with something on her. And what they gonna use Stephen, and they gonna use if that she was gay with her girlfriend. They gonna use them two, and they probably gonna say she was molested, this, that, and the other, and stuff like that.
Oh, they gonna tear her down.
Oh, they gonna tear down. They gonna come out with something. But this the thing though. What's the dude? Brett. You know, the one that Trump put in on there. What's it called? Look at him. That woman took, I think, 4 or 5 lie detector tests and passed it. And they still said she was lying. But he wouldn't take them. He denied her taking one. I'm not taking it. But she took, I think, 4 or 5 and passed them.
That
But
lets you
how
know.
could you do a FBI investigation less than 24 hours? There's no way possible. Because the system is designed to shine a starry light over Europeans and African Americans, they're gonna destroy us any other race.
Man, we getting to the point where it's almost done. I get sad. I'm gonna say this, cuz your ass need to be on social media.
No, I don't.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Through the social media stuff.
I understand, but you need to be on there talking about these things. If anything need to be getting shared and seen by the world, it's the stuff you talking about. Instead of all this bullshit they got on the internet that I have to keep scrolling through.
Yeah, I mean,
You speaking the truth. You really should start like a vlog or something, and just every day just say something that come to your mind, and because you never know, man. You can help the world like that. There's a lot of people that need to hear what you're saying.
That could be your purpose.
Yeah,
could be, but nowadays,
you know, whatever I can do to help you, you know, all you gotta do is ask me. Cause
you know, you have some people that are very closed-minded, and you have a lot of jealous people out there, including, you know, people being there. And you have some people that will take it and try to destroy you in any kind of way. As far as then again, I'm not always correct in what I'm saying, because if I do decide to do something like that, and the way that I'm thinking, I'm being closed-minded to myself of where I can be at, of the teaching or the information that I can give to somebody else that may help them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think I will put that on the table.
yeah, we'll talk about it. Well, look here, man. We glad to have you, cuz.
Yes,
and,
thank you for coming.
You can come back. Just let me know anytime.
Yeah.
Now this the part that I'm gonna get to, y'all. Look, you need to holler at B. Alexis and get your nappy ass hair done, y'all.
You need to get his nappy ass hair done
yeah,
too.
Look, I look good though, and make sure y'all tune in tonight to the Silk White 212 YouTube channel and watch the newest episode of Till Death Do Us Part, featuring your boy here, Mr. Akbar, because I'm kicking some ass on there tonight. Best believe it. I'm getting revenge. Look, there's 3 things in life that you should always listen to: the children, the animals, and Osker D. Ladies, you'll never be first, but you might be next. And fellas, I had a real man on the show. Y'all couldn't carry his coattail. See y'all next week.
I'm having a hard time holding these gators down. When you live in the biggest house, on the biggest hill, on the biggest side of town, riding long limousine, and any woman in the world that I want, then they know you the champ. Walk up in the club, everybody know I'm made it till they heard it pulled up. Riding on a limousine, flying jet, playing bad women in the cut. Diamond on my Rolex, better chunkin' light, I'ma get a look at top.